Hello YouTube, I'm here to talk about the understanding side today. Now, the understanding side of the real society, okay, Lily is playing off of, not just what I span, society without emphasis, but what it actually is, it was an actual tool, alright, to where MGTOW became a thing, alright, where everybody was safer watching anime, dealing with, females and shit. Let me tell you, alright? The understanding society works like this, okay? So the whole story, literally about how this whole shit started, was I stopped when I was ahead, alright? Literally, so what that means, and what a gangster does, is literally when they take you in for whatever the fuck, you did, whatever, literally, you gotta get a caseworker. Where a gangster does, literally, when he sees you literally at a low chart, literally low debt, literally, he doesn't want you to get the understanding society, which is very important because the understanding society literally is based off, you working through disability, but somebody understanding at the same time. All right, so what I did was, I used the understanding society through and through. Before I made the character designs, Juboxy, Grin Gervais, and by the way, if you want to know my channel, the whole series of nods, what it was supposed to be. All right, literally, when it came to deal with my mom, it was originally Asperger again, and the transformation was supposed to be, gingivitis, right? Because I knew how to use wordplay and everything. So when you drove down the world, literally to retard, Knuckles, I'm like, whatever, But anyway, the Understand Society works like this, all right? The whole story behind Julia, Lily and Johnson Girl Pizza, was contributing to MGTOW. It contributed literally to the days of quarantine, what 2010 led to the 20s that were actually quite awful, if it was, for your boy right here. But the truth of, the understanding society literally is the reason why it's so understanding is because you're playing off a nerd, girl in real life, and the truth of it is when I chose to do so. Okay, so you stopped where you're ahead. You did this shit a long time ago, right? Literally, so you don't do it ever since, right? Literally, and so ever since then you have good activity. Literally, all the way to the point where you're doing the moves. You're swimming in the pool at the level of Michael Phelps. All right, literally, so you're staying out of criminal activity. You're doing this shit with Mr. Young. Literally, you're expanding off of the whole story. That's the thing about the understanding society. When I stopped when I was ahead, literally, I brought a whole story. Before I got to the event. Before I got to at Fridays, what happened was, I played off the whole story. So what happened was they play off the children, all right? They only, play off the children. They play off the whole story, intuitively. And so what that means is, so you play off the whole story, literally, with the children. Literally, you played off before Chris. You played off, literally, stopping while you're ahead in the pool. Literally, so people love that. But guess what I figured out about people? Guess what I figured out about nerds? And guess what I figured out about gangs, all right? Literally, when the police help you, literally, because they play off the whole story, they love that, because that's the difference with criminals. So what a criminal does is he talks shit to the police, and he can say, like, oh, you don't love your life, this and that, oh, you're homosexual, this and that, and that's exactly what they do, and that's the problem with the generation, all right? So what I do is I recognize that I'm being served by somebody. Like the first time, I went to jail, literally, I was very nice to the cop, literally, so what happened was they give you good behavior. That's the understanding society, working with the police, through and through, all right? Literally, so what ends up happening is when police look out for, people who stop with their head, where it comes, everything, including, a criminal record, all right? I know the other gangsters or other cops literally trip on Samurai Jack and do versus I know how I cheat. So literally, you took advantage of how I grew up. You know how you're a special ed, you're a good person, literally listening to their word, all right? What ends up happening, right? Lily is another gangster interferes. Lily, so a cop, knows a thing about, the pyramid Illuminati system, Lily, and, he hacks the system, and what he does is he hits you with your address up close where all the other, cops are observing. You see one cop, Lily, that pulled me over, dollars a steal, just say, hey, you like your dog, Lily? That's the society I'm talking about. There are people that fuck with him. Lily, you want to know how I know? Because the person I went to jail, Lily, they kept me in, for an extra 12 hours, Lily, and then the cop, Lily, got fired. All right, so Lily, this is a mood trick, Lily. So when you play after society, you get what I get. I get out. You see how he was so nice being an early, how he was stopping ahead, when he was just being a nerd and just spraying the news or nerd, quite frequently. All right, now really, so just let you know, it's a nice society, and that's it.